Welcome, friends, it's the Movie Film Podcast. Podcast, enjoy the show. Zachy and Brian are talking about the movies. Movie Film Podcast on the radio.
Today, an alien ship attacked Earth.
Should we be nervous?
Yeah.
Let's show them Earth is not for the taking. Because I guess they didn't get the message the first time.
Now it's your party.
Woo!
That is definitely bigger than the last one.
Welcome to a movie film commentary track. My name is Zachy Hassan. I'm here with Brian Hall.
Hey, how's it going, Zachy?
Brian, are you ready to celebrate our Independence Day again?
Yeah.
We're talking, of course, about Independence Day Resurgence, the sequel to Independence Day that I think that most people, there's been like a neuralizer Men in Black thing.
Yeah.
Where people don't realize it exists.
Yeah. I wonder if I mentioned to a few people that we were going to be talking about this and they either hadn't seen it or had forgotten about it. I mean, yeah, this movie doesn't exist, basically.
It had zero cultural footprint.
Yeah.
Negative cultural footprint. I think it made people retroactively forget about the first one.
Oh, which is a shame.
I would agree that's a shame. So naturally, I was like, hey, you know what might be kind of fun? This is my plan for us to just kill our algorithmic search. That's the goal. Yeah. So, you know, we're it's Independence Day Eve as we're recording this, and we're like, what better way to celebrate than by watching the sequel to Independence Day?
Well, I gotta say, I mean, we do all sorts of movies.
We do.
You know, when we do our commentaries, and some are beloved, you know, movies by us, and some are, I haven't seen this since the 90s. Let's revisit that. And when you brought this up, I was like, you know, yeah, this is just one of those strange films where I know I saw it. I don't remember a thing about it. Like you said, it's left no cultural footprint. Some kind of, I mean, why not? Like, it could be kind of a fun, I don't know, autopsy a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, digging into it. Why isn't Will Smith in this? You know, all sorts of, all the iterations over the years trying to get this made, and what they eventually were like, look, it's now or never. Make whatever we can in this moment. Here you go.
Here you go.
It's just kind of, I'm looking forward to talking about this with you.
As I was rewatching this to get prepped for this, I texted you, might this be the worst movie we've ever done a commentary track for? And I bear in mind, I'm saying this mere weeks after we did the 1984 Supergirl.
Right.
Which is saying something.
It is, which I look forward to trying to put into words.
Yeah.
You know, I definitely have feelings about it, why it doesn't land at all. Whereas the first one is, I would say, pretty beloved.
I think to the people who experienced it, it is beloved, right? I don't know that it's taken on evergreen status a la other holiday, you know, favorites.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
But hey, we're gonna try to figure this out. It's been 10 years. It's been, for both of us, it had been 10 years since we saw this the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Coming at it with fresh eyes. We're 10 years older, maybe wiser. I don't know.
Oh, and I also have to mention the selling point, the thing that put me over the edge that Zachy said. I was like, oh, okay. I think this could be an interesting conversation, but like, man, I can't imagine, 2 hours and 20 minutes of this thing. And then like a minute later, you're like, Brian, I just checked. It's under 2 hours. I'll take it.
Brian's like, sold. So hey, we're watching Independence Day Resurgence. If you want to watch along with us, you can. I wouldn't necessarily recommend that.
No, just hang out with us on this Independence Day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll have a fun discussion. I suspect we'll learn a lot. We'll learn things about each other.
Yeah.
Our capacity for tolerating poor, baffling creative choices. I think a lot of that will be unveiled.
Mm-hmm.
But here we go. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
All righty. So we are watching the one and only cut of Independence Day Resurgence. So here we go. We'll do the usual thing. We'll hit play on 3. 1, 2, 3, play. And by the way, if you do want to watch along with us, the best way to do that would be hearing it through our Patreon page, because that would give it to you ad-free. Brian, how do people get that experience?
All you have to do is head over to patreon.com/moviefilmpodcast. Hit subscribe. It's only $5 a month. You find all our commentaries without any ads or interruptions, butting into the conversation and fun, and all of our episodes too, ad-free, and along with bonus conversations that we drop about twice a month. So patreon.com/moviefilmpodcast.
Well, we will do the usual thing on 3. Brian, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, play. So 1, 2, 3, play.
All right. 20th Century Fox. I was thinking, wow, strange. That doesn't exist anymore.
I know. And this franchise doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, yeah.
It is remarkable that the first film, when it came out, I mean, it was a cultural moment. We talked about this before. If you folks want to hear our thoughts on that, dip back 5 years. We did our commentary track for the original Independence Day. And there was a desire, obviously, for a sequel right away.
Yeah, well, that movie in 1996 made $817 million worldwide. It was a smash hit.
So that's $1 billion plus today.
Yeah.
Right. And new to theaters, like not based on anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Yep.
Right. So at that time, we have to cast our gaze back a little bit. Will Smith was the top billed star, but he wasn't the above the title star.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of an ensemble.
Mm-hmm.
And, we forget that, because that was the movie that was instrumental in launching him into stardom.
Mm-hmm.
And so you realize how much he brought to that film with how much is missing from this film.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
There's a Will Smith shaped hole in the entire movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
And apparently, I mean, who knows? But according to Will Smith in a BBC interview, it was a scheduling conflict.
Yeah.
And I think it basically came down to either this or Suicide Squad.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's possible. Maybe they didn't want to pay him what he was worth at that moment. So imagine you're trying to make an Independence Day sequel and you write it for Will Smith, and Will Smith can't do it. I mean, where do you even begin?
Right.
Coming up with a new story without him in it.
Well, what I read, just to add on to what you're saying, the plan originally was to shoot 2 movies back to back.
Right. Which you can totally tell at the end of this one.
Absolutely. And he wanted $50 million for 2 movies. Which I have to say probably would have been worth it.
I think in that moment in 2016,
exactly,
having him in these movies would have at least got you your money back.
I agree with that. For the promotional opportunities, everything else, all of the what he would bring to it, just in terms of eyeballs. And again, 10 years ago, he was still one of the biggest stars in the world. Mm-hmm. Well, he still is. Yeah, but it's different. It's different.
On that note, I mean, I don't know what the next 10 years look like for Will Smith.
That's a good point.
Kind of hard at this point, still kind of hard to know.
Yeah. Well, again, we're spending a lot of time talking about a guy who's not in the movie, but I think Bad Boys a couple of years ago proves that he's still a draw in the right project.
Great point. Yep.
You're right. Like if he were to do a Men in Black, I think people would show up,
Yeah. We talk about that because we love the Men in Black series, and they put out a 4th one. They tried to do it without him. They tried to do the Bourne Legacy sort of situation, right? They Jeremy Rennered the Men in Black series, and it didn't resonate.
Didn't take.
But I'd be curious if you give it some time.
So,
but
okay.
Well, anyway,
so here we are 20 years later. Now this is this production still painting of Will Smith.
Mm-hmm.
I always love that when they do that in the movies,
Yeah.
It's like a Henry Jones Senior, you know. in
Yeah,
Crystal.
totally.
So I feel bad saying this because I'm sure Jesse Usher is a lovely person, but boy, did they give him a hill to climb that he was unable to surmount.
Well, certainly if they expected him to bring Smith's energy to this movie.
Yeah. Well, I think they expected him to bring energy to this movie.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
And it's really rough,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, he doesn't feel like a lead that you
Yeah.
want to follow for the entire film.
I said this before. It was like they hit Captain Stephen Hiller on the head, and he turned into 4 little squirrels, among them Jesse Usher, and then the Hemsworth boy here.
Right.
And I didn't remember being as annoyed by Liam Hemsworth 10 years ago as I was rewatching.
His character,
oh my god,
his cocky, his Han Solo he's playing here.
It's like, seriously, yeah. Again, I'm sure Liam Hemsworth's a nice guy. They gave him nothing to work with other than just, here's this archetype, this generic Biff archetype.
Yeah, you're a hotshot maverick,
Dude.
and you're a wisecracker. See, and I think this never works when you cast someone who isn't actually sort of like that. Like Harrison
Right.
Ford is a little disaffected as a human.
That's a great point.
You know what I mean? So when he's playing Han Solo, it feels like a part of him.
He has earned cynicism.
And even with Will Smith, I mean, he's got this cocky bravado, but he's still so lovable. Like we're with him when he's cocky. We love it when he's cocky. Whereas some other people, when they play cocky, we kind of hate them. You know what I mean? Like some people, that's why these people are movie stars.
That's funny.
And so Liam Hemsworth, I feel like he's like handsome and he's kind of doing what's asked of him, but he doesn't actually exude what it is they want him to do here. And so it just feels false.
Yeah. It's a shame.
Yeah.
Again, I've said this before, and it just tells you about that family that he's the less attractive Hemsworth, which just really means that family hit the genetic lotto.
That really is saying something. God bless him, I guess. I don't know.
What's funny, I was looking at the friend here, Charlie.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's likable doomed partner, but turns out he's neither doomed nor likable. So I was wrong about that.
I like that guy, by the way. I was like, see, he's got a natural kind of quirkiness to him.
Mm-hmm.
I believe him as the plucky sidekick in the hero's shadow that you just kind of love anyway.
Weren't you kind of waiting for him to die, though?
Oh, totally.
Right?
Yeah.
So I was disappointed he didn't die, not because I disliked him in the film, but because I'm like, well, wait a minute.
Yeah, you didn't do the thing.
That's the role. That's what you're here for.
Yeah.
So, okay, this opening sequence here, I think really for me sums up what I said 10 years ago was my issue with this film. It's too far removed from what made the original work. So we're watching, there's like a moon base here, and cocky Hemsworth boy does a thing to show he's cocky because he saves them, whatever. But this is not the world of Independence Day.
100%. Yes. Sorry, I'm going to let you keep going because we are on the exact same page.
What made Independence Day, the original one, work is, for example, the scene when we see the giant motherships approaching Earth, we're seeing it from the perspective of our everyday life.
Yes.
What would it be like to be in Times Square and suddenly this ship rolls up, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's our world.
Mm-hmm.
And once we have a moon base and space tugs and all this stuff, well, it's not our world.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You've got these helicopters that have like hover technology or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And in universe, I understand being like, well, 20 years later, we've retrofitted alien technology, da-da-da. You know what? Fine. I get it. But it's too far removed from what made the original work. And by the way, it would be one thing if having retrofitted the alien technology, it made even a little bit of difference against the aliens.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't actually think about that.
Totally meaningless.
Yeah.
right? So such a weird choice because this, first of all, this looks really expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of money you spent for nothing,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Man, you're so right. I mean, that's what struck me was, man, that trailer was so effective because it's like, what if you walked out into your driveway to pick up your newspaper and a giant shadow covered you and your entire house? You looked up and there was a spaceship, several miles long, just hovering over your neighborhood. What if it was, what if that was hovering over the White House?
Yeah.
And we lose all of that groundedness, that the thing we always talk about, the fantasy adventure in your backyard.
Yeah.
A real grounded feeling to, no, seriously, what would we do with what we have and what we understand about reality with this fantastical situation, and seeing humanity all over the world come together and figure it out and stop it is really rousing and satisfying.
Right.
And in this, it's just, I feel like I'm watching like a Sci-Fi Channel movie. It's just like you said, moon bases and people in these suits, and they aren't as charismatic as the characters in the first film.
Right.
The photography is somehow blander looking. The VFX are blander looking. There's just nothing to hold on to. And so it's just anyway.
There's parts of the film where I was watching and I got this, I was like, did they shoot this during COVID? And then I realized that it's like 5 years before COVID.
Zachy, I actually wrote this down. I said, most of this movie looks like that rooftop scene from the movie The Room. It does. Where it's like these people with that flat lighting. They're clearly somewhere.
Yeah.
They're not in the location, because a lot of times they're outside, but their faces are completely without any harsh lighting from the sun or any silhouette or shadow. It's just flat lighting and then some sort of background dropped in behind them. And so much of this movie, I mean, I could forgive a scene or two, but so much of this movie looks like that. And so that just adds to what we're talking about. There's just nothing to hold on to here.
Yeah.
Even if you could just give us characters that we cared about, maybe we could. I was thinking there's this dynamic, right, where you have that Chinese pilot and you have Hemsworth and the kid and the whatever. And I was like, wow, there's like more chemistry and fun. And I feel more for the dynamics in Starship Troopers. With Dizzy and, Casper Van Dien and all that soap opera stuff. Call it, maybe it is soap opera-y, but I still connect with it, and I feel bad when Dizzy dies. Like here, it's just they're going for that gang, at the Academy sort of feel, but I don't feel anything for any of them.
Yeah, that's a great point, and I wonder, like it's one of those things where this was a, at least behind the scenes. I mean, you got Roland Emmerich back, you got Dean Devlin back, and presumably they know the world that they created. And the thought I had watching is maybe this film might have been better served by somebody from the subsequent generation making it,
right?
Like how like Radio Silence is doing The Mummy, right? And I mean, who knows how that movie will turn out as we record this, but
and they did Scream pretty successfully.
Scream, there you go, right?
Yeah.
So having the affinity of a fan, because it feels like you watch this and you're like, well, obviously the first one was like a fluke.
Yeah.
And I say that because when you look at the totality of Emmerich and Devlin co-productions, what do you, right? We got from Universal Soldier to The Patriot. I would say the only out and out slam dunk was Independence Day in that mix. Yeah. Right. I mean, I like The Patriot too, but that's probably second best. But I mean, Godzilla is kind of it has its issues, and Stargate, I think, became stronger because of the stuff that they weren't involved in,
all the stuff that came after it.
Yeah. Like the television show and whatnot.
I was thinking about their stuff watching this, and for some reason I thought of the movie The Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I think, oh yeah, that was it's corny, right? And it's probably silly and whatever. And then recently I was on a road trip with our friend Sean, and we were at a hotel, and we were just like, just throwing on the TV, tired after a day of driving. and we started that movie. It was on like TBS or something, and we watched the whole thing.
Yeah,
And I was like, you know what? You can nitpick some of this stuff, but like it is affecting.
exactly.
Like the characters are archetypes or tropes or whatever you want to call them, but like they are interesting, and when they cast well, he kind of knows how to make this big popcorny movie that will translate all over the world. It's simple enough, but it is captivating.
Yeah.
So yeah, he is capable of that. He's pretty good at it. So it's weird that this one feels so far afield from those.
Yeah, because between Independence Day and this, if we're talking about just sort of like the disaster porn genre, we had, as you said, Day After Tomorrow, which I remember enjoying. I mean, I haven't revisited it since it came out, but Jake Gyllenhaal I thought was good in it, and Dennis Quaid as the dad. Celia Ward is in that too, right? Isn't she?
Man, I watched it about a year ago. I don't remember.
That's funny. I feel like she's the mom. I could be because she's in this. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
But also, even 2012.
Yeah.
There's like it's very by the numbers of that type of movie. But I think if we're comparing it to this, it's better.
Yeah. I don't remember it very well, if I'm being honest. But yes, I do remember moments from it. There's
sequences
something.
You remember.
Yes, exactly. I remember Woody Harrelson and John Cusack.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. And I think that there's a weird like faux Janusz Kaminski lighting scheme here
In this one.
Yeah.
This kind of cold blue. Yeah.
And it's the one thing you can say about the first film is, I mean, it does have CGI in it, but it's fairly limited. And so by virtue of the fact that they were subject to the limitations of practical effects, they did shoot on location. There's a veracity to it that just helps.
Totally. And I think it's worth noting also, at this point, we can do anything. You can see anything you want on screen. That's what we're capable of. But in 1996, seeing a UFO blow up the White House and it looking kind of real was mind-blowing.
Yeah.
That was like really, like, I got to see that movie because I've never seen anything on that scale before. Like, what would it be like if a UFO blew up the White House? And it didn't look like cheesy, 1950s sci-fi, whatever, like with this kind of budget, And so it's just funny that that's what I remember about that movie, seeing all the monuments blow up and how crazy and powerful that felt and titillating in a way, Yeah. And in this one, there's just nothing on that scale. I mean, none of the effects really land for me. Well, except for the aliens. I think the aliens are still pretty effective. Actually,
it's a great design.
At the great design, and at the end when that giant mother or queen alien is running through the desert, I was like, "Whoa, that looks good."
It's realized effectively, but I don't know how well I buy it within the world of the film.
Fair. I maybe just compared to everything else, I thought that I bought that thing was in that location. Maybe because they paid attention to the lighting. Maybe because there was lighting. I don't know.
I agree. No, I agree with that for sure.
Yeah.
But this by the way, pop quiz. What's Hemsworth's character's name?
Hotshot McCool.
I watched the whole movie and then I had to go to Wikipedia to remind myself what his name was.
Jake Morrison.
There you go. I watched the whole thing. I was like, what was his name? And they say it multiple times, right? But it's and I don't want this to just be like, woe is us, we didn't get Will Smith. But my only point in saying, like, Stephen Hiller character is a pretty broad set of tropes as well, right? And yet there's just something that he brought to it that made it stand out. It made cheesy lines work.
Welcome to Earth.
Yeah,
it's great
because famously, Ethan Hawke has said he turned down and they had offered him the Stephen Hiller role.
That's wild,
right? And he's like, I thought it was shit. I thought the lines were crap. And it's like, well, I can't imagine Ethan Hawke saying "Welcome to Earth" and having it work in the same way.
He's too close to the energy of Jeff Goldblum, feeling like someone who's a little. That character Hiller's got bravado, whereas Goldblum feels like someone I can relate to a little bit more.
Yeah.
And so Ethan Hawke also feels a little bit more like the average Joe kind of character.
Yeah, interesting, right? I don't know how well that would have worked.
Yeah.
But like I think just to pick up on what you're saying, right? You've got our three leads in the first film. You've got Stephen Hiller, you got President Whitmore, you have David Levinson, and even the president is relatable, right? I think that the angst and the self-doubt and stuff makes him a very compelling character.
Yeah.
And this too, right? What they do with the Whitmore character in this, it's just like one baffling choice after the other. It's very, and we'll talk about it more, I guess. But I wondered a little bit, like, did Bill Pullman, did he sign on and then they gave him the script, or were they like, we want to do this with the character, and he found it interesting?
I could see that on the page feeling interesting. Like, you get to play this character again, but he's psychically tortured.
Right.
And then he gets to sacrifice himself, and I could see that being attractive to an actor.
I certainly, I don't have a problem with the heroic sacrifice. I do have the problem with the road to that heroic sacrifice.
Sure.
Which I'm sure we'll talk about. Okay, so a couple of things about Dr. Oakenher. First of all, his name is Brackish.
Yes.
Which I feel like if you name your kid Brackish, I think that's child abuse. I think CPS needs to be called at that point. Now, we've said this before. He is 100% dead in the first film.
Is it the last we see of him with the tentacle around the throat?
They check his pulse. He's DED dead.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's fine. Brent Spiner, I don't mind him in this. In fact, I'll go so far as to say out of all the characters, he gets kind of an arc.
Yeah.
Like he actually gets like a bunch of beats to play.
He feels like the energy from the first film.
Yeah.
Returning. Him trying to cut into the thing and finding his favorite saw. That stuff is fun. That's the fun that's missing, I think. The personality quirks. I
actually really liked William Fichtner in this.
Yeah, he's good.
I wanted to see more of him. Well, I think, William Fichtner is one of those guys, you plug him in, you know what you're getting, right? Character actor. But like, I think that him going from, all the way down here in the chain of succession to suddenly becoming president, like, that's interesting.
And maybe doesn't feel as big a moment as it should.
That right. So I think the problem is that they don't make CeeLo Ward a big enough character.
Yeah.
Like, it should mean something when she dies.
Totally.
Right?
Like, what do we do now?
Yeah.
And then him sort of like, almost like, not like that he would be reluctant, but now you're the president of the United States, and sort of a, just step it up, but then I'll step up to the plate. Like, I can imagine these filmmakers doing that better in other movies. The humanity of it, what they're actually feeling. For as corny as these movies are, the humanity is always pretty palpable.
Well, so that's what I find odd, right? Like, when you watch the first film, the moments of loss feel like moments of loss. Whether it's the aftermath of the attack, and you have people sort of taking in the totality of what happened.
Yeah.
Or, and I think I've said this before. One of my favorite lines in the film is after the attack, and you've got President Whitmore on the plane, and he says, "How many people died today? How many of them didn't have to?"
Mm-hmm.
And I talk about just a perfect window into his character, right? But even like when, what's her name? The wife dies. Who plays her?
Mary
McDonnell.
Yeah.
From Battlestar Galactica.
Yep.
Who also, by the way, speaking of like chain of succession, right? In Battlestar Galactica, she's like the Secretary of Education. And then suddenly she becomes the president.
Oh, interesting.
So, and it's a great, moment, because she's just completely unequipped for that, and she's obviously a regular for that whole series. But when she dies, it's a great moment, And in this film, I mean, we're about to see it, the big attack happens like minutes from now. and it just doesn't mean anything.
You know, now that the first movie's flashing through my mind, I remember Vivica A. Fox's stripper friend. Remember? And she's like, I'm going to go we're all going up to the top of a building. We're going to go welcome them.
Kirsten Warren.
I remember her. Like she was memorable and interesting, and she's only like in it for probably a total of 55 seconds or something.
Yeah,
and then I remember her being on top of the building and the ship opening, and she's like, "Wow, it's beautiful."
Yep.
It's so haunting because she doesn't know what's about to happen next. Just such great details to bring me into that feeling and the experience, and that I remember long afterwards. And that this movie doesn't have any of that.
So, do you think the mistake was like we talk often about how some of these legacy sequels feel like karaoke redos of the earlier film, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the mistake was not sticking closer to that original template?
It's funny you say that, because I was thinking as I said that, like, in some ways, I remember even the first time I watched this, I admired the way that they incorporated the alien technology into everyday life, because that makes sense. X amount of years later, like, we've learned some new things. We would not have the present day that we have in our reality.
Right.
That's interesting. It makes sense in the world, but that's a good point. I mean, we do, like you said, that's not a reality I can really relate to.
Right.
So I don't know. What do you think?
It's tough. I think rewatching, I don't mind them having the technology, and I think it would have been better served by incorporating it in subtler ways.
Sure.
That aren't noticeably distracting, right? Because ultimately, here's the paradox: the sequel to Independence Day had to exist 20 years after the first film within the world of the film, but it also had to exist in our world.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think you square the circle on that by yes, you acknowledge that we've gotten ahead in some ways thanks to their technology, but not not so far ahead that it doesn't look like our world.
Right.
And again, why do I say this? Because in terms of the story they've constructed, the fact that we have gotten ahead really doesn't impact the story at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting because I was thinking a version of that could be, you obviously we have these things, but it'd be hard for us to imagine in 96. Now we have these futuristic tablets and hover bikes and whatever.
Right.
But it's not some sort of utopia. Like, kids are still bored, kids,
right.
Like, still want a better hover bike, and, just make it at least a little bit more relatable, because if we've learned anything from all the craziness of the past several years, like, it really doesn't rattle us enough anyway. Like, we go back to the status quo pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. So
think about this, like, all of this moon base business, how does it change the story if we just make them fighter pilots on Earth? It really doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's nothing about the moon setting that meaningfully impacts the plot.
And I'm not saying it's not possible, but yes, I don't relate to them being up there very much.
That's right. Like the story would function just as well if we have a remote monitoring station on the moon.
Mm-hmm.
But the action is still on Earth.
Yep.
It right. So in other words, that bakes in, okay, we've gotten advanced to the degree that we can build this thing and have it on the moon, but it's still our Earth.
Yep. Yeah. What was that movie that just came out on Netflix? Bigelow.
Catherine Bigelow did?
House of Dynamite, where it's basically, there's a missile that's en route to Chicago, and it takes place in real time, and they're trying to determine whether to shoot it down, to retaliate. Like, what do we do in real time with this situation? And it's unfortunately the movie as a whole.
But real quick, Brian.
Yeah.
This whole thing that we're watching here with the Warlord and stuff, tell me, wouldn't you have rather watched that movie?
Totally.
Right.
Sure.
Anyway, sorry, go on.
No. Well, I'm just thinking of this moment here. Yes. On the moon base, and you've got this foreign ship or whatever that they don't understand. And there's this tension of, I mean, what do we shoot it? Like, what do we do to this thing? And I wish it had the palpable tension that I felt in that other movie where it
Yeah.
felt a little bit more grounded. And like, I don't know. I mean, if we don't take care of this thing, it could take out a major U.S. city, and like it's a really sweat, a bead of sweat coming down the president's forehead. Like I don't, and then I would be thinking, I don't know what I would do, but it's
Yeah.
just we don't get any of that.
Yeah, that's the opening scenes of the first film, even before the ships arrive, are spent really building out the world, building out our characters, and it's very, it's Poseidon Adventure, it's Towering Inferno, it's following in that tradition, but that's the reason those films worked at that time, right? Because to some extent you would watch them and you would feel just enough investment to care about who lives and who doesn't. Whereas here we've got, speaking of names of characters, that nerdy guy,
Yeah.
what's his name?
No idea.
Yep. Nerdy guy.
But he is a very Emmerich character, isn't he?
Very much so.
Sort of like annoying bureaucrat guy who eventually picks up a gun and becomes a hero by the end. And
That's right. Well, he's like Charles Martin Smith in Untouchables,
right, sure.
But again, it's like, I mean, there's a way to make it meaningful, right? Like that's kind of, I think the missed opportunity is the earlier film, which was just trashed by critics when it came out, right? And yet audiences didn't pay attention to the critics, right? So in other words, it did speak to something. There was no reason for this one not to tap into whatever enthusiasm audiences had for that original film.
Well, and as you say that, it's making me think, had the moment just passed for this kind of film? I mean, that movie hit perfectly in 96.
Yeah.
But maybe we were in a different, we're post Dark Knight.
Well, we're not just post Dark Knight, we're post Jurassic World, we're post The Force Awakens.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like maybe this moment had kind of passed.
I think Independence Day had the benefit of arriving in between Star Wars is.
Yeah.
Right. So it was sort of scratching a particular itch. Right. But it's not like it didn't have any kind of an cultural impact, I don't think,
Wait, which one?
This film. Excuse me, not this one. This franchise, the first film.
Oh yeah.
Right. So I feel like an audience would have been there, and I don't think
to see Jeff Goldblum and Will Smith side by side again.
I think people would have liked that. Yeah. I think, big picture. Look, as soon as you decide you're doing a sequel, the first thing you do is you call Will Smith and you say, what do you want your character to what do you want his arc to be? And then you build the story around that and you make sure he's on board from the jump.
Right.
Yeah, definitely without him, it is a little bit like The Office after Steve Carell left.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Where you're like, look, I like Dwight and Andy's great. And, but we don't, but Michael's not there,
Yep. That's great. That's a great example. Yeah. It's funny. This scene here where they're going to go down and see that little ball that had come out of the ship that they shot, go check it out. It reminded me of that scene when they are on the moon in 2001.
Oh, sure.
When they're approaching the monolith. And and it's just Loja.
Yeah. So he was suffering from dementia at this point.
You can kind of see it. I was a little sad seeing him.
I had that. I was like, it just felt, I don't know. I agree with you. It made me feel bad. I didn't feel happy seeing him.
Or if he wanted to be there, please, I would like to be there. Then that's great. And that's his real life.
Like from the look on his face, it feels like he didn't really know what was happening.
Yes. And yes, you can sort of see that.
Well, and that's the whole celebration scene. This gets to sort of the phoniness of it all.
Yeah.
It's just green screen palooza.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, guys, just get people in an arena and build, and add on to digitally, but make it feel like a crowd, for goodness sake,
It's really hard to fake the sun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the sun is harsh and it puts harsh light and edges around noses and ears and things. And when it's not real, it's just so noticeable and weird.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, hey, quick question. What's President Seal Award's name?
Jenny can do it. I don't know. Lanford.
You looked it up.
I did. I have the IMDb in front of me. Yeah, that looks terrible. That looks like The Room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh.
But it's like total Janusz-y, isn't it?
Yeah.
With all the halos around the people. So my thought watching this about the Whitmore character, I was thinking, I was like, maybe it works better if instead of him, first time we see him, he's all like, right? Maybe he's like, okay. He's like normal. And then suddenly this happens. And
he's activated.
Right?
Yep.
And
here.
Exactly.
Yes.
At this moment.
What are we, 20 minutes in, I'm guessing? Oh, 30. Yeah. Okay.
Right? I feel like that gives your character something more, somewhere more interesting to go. And we'll talk about, I said this before when we did our review like 10 years ago, but Whitmore feels a little bit like Kenny in South Park, where it's just like, except this is like suicidal Kenny, where he keeps wanting to die.
Right.
Which I think was an odd choice, but I think it would be more interesting to have him just, he's normal. He's there as an attendee. He doesn't show up and be all crazy.
That's a great idea. Because and then the warlord guy, him, all getting activated for the first time, and it's like, what the hell is happening to these people? Like that'd be a great. Yeah, I agree. Good note.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's the shame of it, because I really like President Whitmore in the earlier film, and I see very little of him in this.
Yeah. Which, by the way, his daughter, originally played by Mae Whitman, right?
Yeah, Micah Monroe in this. And I mean, there is at least some question about how that casting change happened. But based on Mae Whitman, it feels the movie people are like, well, she didn't want to read for it. And my sense from her, although she's never addressed it directly, is no, she was never given the opportunity to read for it.
Yeah, I saw that some of her friends, like Anna Kendrick and people, kind of spoke out on her behalf. And Whitman, for the most part, basically just, I think she liked a couple tweets, sort of hinting at how she felt about it. But
which I love in the social media age, that this is our archaeology to like.
It's so true.
It's like, oh, so and so stopped following so and so on Instagram. You know.
That's really funny. Our archaeology. It's so true.
Kind of sad.
It kind of is.
The de-evolution of our discourse,
Yeah.
But even okay, so you recast the president's daughter. It's fine. Doesn't get a ton to do that's really memorable.
No, she's interesting, right? I mean, she was in It Follows, right? That was kind of her breakout.
It Follows, yep, that's right.
And she continues to pop up in things.
She's like fine in the movie. I don't think she's bad.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's it kind of made me feel bad. I bet for her, this was like, hey, this is my big movie now.
Yeah, and then she sort of gets roped into this discourse.
Right. Well, that's true too.
By the way, the French scientist who's positioned as like a Levinson love interest, I mean, that's fine. But do they even mention Margaret Collins' character?
Yeah, I was wondering what happened to them.
I guess she died.
I mean,
I mean, they don't even mention her.
Right. And you are referring to the character of Catherine Marceau?
Naturally.
I had to get ahead of that one.
So that's the guy from Dark Knight, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Who's hiding? He's got the money, the mobster's money.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. I like him. He's like a type,
You know what's so funny? I was thinking the same thing. Like, and it probably just comes from that film.
Yeah.
He's so good in that movie in such a small role that when I see him, I'm like, oh, good, that guy.
Yeah, exactly. Now they cast the actor who plays his daughter, Angela Baby.
Okay.
She's like a
one
pop
word
star. Naturally.
Mm-hmm.
It was very obviously a sop to the Chinese audience.
That was very, which was the style at the time.
Which right, it's very funny because China figured out pretty quick what we were doing.
I mean, was that Iron Man 3, right? Where China got extra scenes of Tony Stark drinking like a Chinese soda.
That's right.
That we never saw in the States. That kind of thing. We're doing that a lot.
It's hilarious. Yeah, one of them Transformers movies, right, had a big Hong Kong sequence.
Yeah. And that's because it added so much to the worldwide box office. And I think at the time, China was only allowing a certain amount of U.S. films.
Yeah.
I don't even know what's going on with that anymore, but
I mean, China no longer factors into whether like a movie is going to be a hit, you know, because I think they've had it with our shit, you know. I mean, it's like pretty condescending when you think about it, because it's not like her character is particularly impactful on the plot.
No.
It could have been anybody. It's like, you know, in Masters of the Universe, the 87 one, where it's like, hey, this kid won a contest. He's Pig Boy and Skeletor's staff.
Right.
It's that level of condescending. You know?
A little bit. I mean, because I'm sure she's a huge star.
Yeah.
You know, in her world, but like, yeah, she's not given a whole lot to do here, and you know, it doesn't feel like it's coming naturally to her either. Which,
right.
I mean, it would be just as difficult for me to have to speak Mandarin phonetically, you know, for some other movie. So it's it just kind of doesn't work for the camaraderie also that they're trying to build with the team. Yeah. You know, with one of the guys being in love with her, and none of it works.
So this alien ship, they I forget the however big it is. It's like as big as the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
And they're like, how do we not see that? To which I say, yes. How did you not see that?
Right.
That's like too big.
Yeah.
Like, you've got all this alien technology. Wait, how do you miss that?
If we could see like Netflix satellites and things in the air, you know.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
There you go. Here's the big scene that's going to make China want to release this movie.
Right. I do remember I was lucky question mark to read this script before it came out.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, someone gave it to me. And I think at the time you and I were just railing on movies for destroying cities and showing no consequences. Where it's like, no, the world has changed. That's a big deal. But it's just like, we just blew up Paris. You know, moving on. And it's like, we feel nothing. It's like, how do we feel nothing when you've just leveled a major city in the world? And so then I remember reading the script, and it was basically like, Dubai is lifted up into the air and smashes down on London. And I was like, they did it, Zachy.
Those sons of bitches.
They topped themselves. They didn't just level a city. They took a city, lifted it in the air, and smashed it into another city.
Cut to Jeff Goldblum giggling maniacally a la Jurassic Park.
Yeah, he did it.
Now, I should say, I remember when we did our review episode, and I was like, yeah, Vivica Fox, I think she's a nurse in this, which is like really sexist and stupid. Like, she's clearly a doctor.
Oh, that's funny.
So I just want to like correct me from 10 years ago.
Oh, that's wow. Good memory that you remember that.
Yeah. She's clearly a doctor.
Yes. And you know what? Hey, we're here to grow.
Well, you know,
here it is. By the way, sorry, you got the Burj Khalifa.
There you go,
smashing into the London Bridge, and it makes no impact. This should be an enormous deal.
The scene earlier when we see the people being lifted up, I mean, it's horrifying.
Yes,
right. I mean, it really is. I mean, it's like end of the world shit, and I'm like, why don't you let us sit in this moment instead of this? Like, it's just weird, right? Because again, it's like misreading by Emmerich about why people responded to that first film.
Like I said, when I remember the stripper friend on the thing, like, I'm sad. Like, her eyes are drawn to this sparkly thing, and she's hopeful. I think she has a sign that's like welcome, and she's about to die. And
that's like, you watch it and you're like, what's going through her mind when this happens, right?
Yes. And so you go
that means it's working if you're having that thought.
100%. So yes, seeing those people lift into the air, that is like, why don't we've got that moment where we get the cab driver and the person in the back, like, it's enough to like, okay, I know I can identify this person and follow them through this crazy haunting experience. What would you do? All the what would you do is gone.
Right. Yeah, and again, that's weird because, as you said, it's not even like after the first film, Emmerich just dipped from this genre, right? Like his other times in, he at least somewhat adhered to that template,
Mm-hmm.
and again, it worked to lesser or greater degrees, but it showed recognition of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why when you look at this and you're like the perfect example, this salvage sub who we follow,
Mm-hmm.
who gives a crap about them, right? Like,
Yeah, I agree. They don't
what
make a lot of
weird
impact.
storyline.
Yeah.
And then Judd Hirsch is in a whole different movie.
I know.
Again, it's like a COVID distance,
You're so spot on. This does feel like a COVID era movie.
it feels like a COVID era movie, I'm telling you.
Yeah. And then, I mean, we can get to it, but his whole arc, if you can call it that, is basically to just show up at the wrong place at the wrong time. It's like, I don't know. We'll get to it.
The thing is, like, just as a fan of the first film, I was glad to see Judd Hirsch back.
Same. Exactly.
Right? That's great.
And him selling his book, like, I figured it out.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that totally tracks with his character.
Totally.
But like this right here, this is, see, again, if in the earlier film, the attack happens and there's just devastation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we sit with that devastation.
Yeah.
So as you said, right, Hong Kong has been dropped on London. That feels substantial.
Yeah.
That feels like something like the grief of that. We're talking about millions of people that have died.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah. And even right now, we're watching the claw of this vessel
Yep.
planting itself on Earth. And it's like just pawing out cities
Right.
as it's just, fixing itself into position. I mean, that's like thousands of people are dying right now.
So here, are we, is this DC? Is this Washington? I mean, is this Los Angeles? Where are we? What city is this?
That I don't know, actually.
We should know that. Now the Vivica Fox character, I know we talked about this 10 years ago. How do you not make her death a moment?
I know. Yes,
Like,
this
we
should be
joke
really, I don't care if this movie's 2 hours and 20 minutes if you make this stuff work. Right?
Like right there, we see her die from a distance, and he's like, "No, Mom."
Yeah. Yeah.
This is where I'm like, look, I'm not a professional director, but like you give us a close up, you get him close enough.
Yes, they lock eyes. You get that Hans Gruber shot.
Exactly.
Where you see her and she's looking almost at camera, which is her son, and she drops out of view.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
So we can't be the only people who thought of that.
Yeah.
Right?
Unless it was some last minute decision. Maybe they didn't, maybe she had a different outcome and they changed it. And so actually that feels like the only excuse for having a major character like that die as a little dot on the screen falling through a building.
Yeah. I mean, the character being like, just get her, get there, whatever he's trying to, like, the desperation he feels, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he's an orphan. He's lost both his parents. That's all good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta have the equations on the wall. When I worked at Puppy Dog Pals, my office had like the top 2 feet of the room, like leading up to the ceiling, was glass.
Okay.
So it was private, but the top part of the thing had like a glass thing that went all the way around. And I just thought it'd be funny. So one day I took one of those, whiteboard markers, and I just started putting equations all over it. So people would walk by and think that I was like Good Will Hunting. Brent Spiner. He showed up.
This is the thing. I because I was thinking about, first of all, it helps that his character in the old film had the same fright wig hair. So Brian Spiner, 20 years later, like he basically looks exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
But this gets to, the benefits of being a character actor, right?
Mm.
Brent Spiner is one of those guys, man. You plug him into whatever, he's going to give you a character and for him, he'll always have work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This too. Yeah. He's been asleep since the last movie. Like, whoa, we have alien guns?
See, that's good. I like that.
Yeah, me too.
See, I think that if you have the alien technology has been stored away, right? So it hasn't really impacted the real world per se.
You could even, be like, the world can't just suddenly have all of this. It would go crazy.
Right. Exactly.
But they try to make it sound like it is a utopia because we have now a common enemy, the whole world.
So this scene here, I was thinking about this.
Yeah.
Because he's like, all right, here I go. I'm going to die now,
Right.
And then he wakes up in the hospital. He's like, I'm still, God damn it,
And that was Bill Pullman. He didn't realize the cameras were rolling. I got more days on this thing.
Son of a bitch. I was thinking about I feel like just going back to what we were saying before, I think you reverse this. So instead of him being like, oh, strangle me so I'll talk, he uses the fact that he's got this mental connection where he goes in there and they're like, no, you're going to die. And he essentially is able to read its mind against its will.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I see my thing is watching this, I'm like, if we're setting up the heroic sacrifice so much that the actual heroic sacrifice doesn't mean anything.
Because he already stepped up for this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
Right. And then later too, where he's like, somebody's got to die. I guess it's me. And it's like, all right, dude, we get it.
Right.
Because I was thinking even that when he dies, it should have been a Randy Quaid situation.
Yes.
Like in the first film where this is the only option and he only realizes it when he's in it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes.
Agreed. Like we lost our pilot. We've only got this plane from a certain era that nobody knows how to fly. And it's just like, well, it's got to be me. Something like that.
Like we almost got, it kind of like in Force Awakens, right? Where, Han and them, they think they made it. Remember and then he goes back in and then that ends up being how he dies.
Yeah. Right.
So, something in that vein,
Yeah, totally. Correct me if I'm wrong. Also, that's McKenna Grace, right? In the back, the little girl.
That is her. Wow.
I was like, wow, she's been around a very long time.
I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, she has had a heck of a career.
Seriously, yeah.
She's been in all these major franchises. She's going to be in Scooby-Doo coming up. It's pretty amazing.
Well, and her, what's her name?
Joy King.
Yes, Joy. Yeah. I just rewatched The Dark Knight Rises last week, and she's she's baby Talia in that.
That's right. I think last I remember her was Bullet Train.
Oh yeah, she's in that. So she had been in White House Down a couple of years earlier. So there's the Emmerich connection there. Mm. But that scene with the kids in the car, I said this 10 years ago. It feels like there was an introductory scene of those kids that somebody took out of like the editing timeline and forgot to reinsert it.
Right.
Because it just kind of comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, and gives Judd Hirsch something to do.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine actually if it was like you and your group of friends, even though you're underage or whatever, but like trying to make your way, you've just lost your family, and then this old man is like, I'll drive now. And you're like, okay. And he's like controlling the radio, and you're like, well,
it only works because they recognize him.
Yeah, that's from the book.
Right.
Yeah. Still. I'd be like, okay. I mean, we kind of had a thing going here, but all right.
They had their own movie.
Yeah, exactly. Did you read about Susan Sarandon? I guess she turned down a role.
In this?
From this, yeah.
Fascinating.
Because she said it was incomprehensible. So
Well, she wasn't wrong.
I thought this was funny. People don't know exactly what it was. This is from a Huffington Post interview, and people are guessing it's President
I'm
Lanford.
guessing that too. Yeah.
And so apparently she said, when I read the script, I couldn't understand what was going on. I just couldn't understand it. Seriously. A lot of the people from the original one were not going to be doing it. And I read it and I just thought, no, I can't. I just can't.
Well, I think she made the right choice.
Yeah.
It turns out it was actually the queen alien at the end.
Yeah. It's just, yeah.
It would have just been a giant Susan Sarandon. That would have been the big twist.
All right.
It's like, this doesn't even make sense. She's like, I didn't even like the first movie, but that doesn't make sense. So the defense secretary, his name is Patrick Saint Esprit.
Yeah.
He's one again. Like it's like the guy in the first film who, the character's name is Nimziki. I forget the actor's name. He passed away, but he's certain resting bureaucrat face.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 100%. Yep.
Right? Because I know him from Draft Day from like a year or two before this.
Yeah, I'm looking at him now. He's Commander Thread in the Hunger Games.
Yeah, that's right.
Draft Day, Green Zone, We Were Soldiers.
He has that one character that he plays very well.
This is like a guy, he'll be working forever.
That's what I'm saying.
He's got
right?
that face, yep.
He's in that Ed Lauder class.
Yeah.
You just slot him in,
Yeah.
And again, I think having great character actors just always benefits films in this way because you just plug into their energy.
Yep.
See, this here should be a more meaningful moment where Dylan is looking at now both of his parents are gone, and it's supposed to be how him and Jake. See, now I know 'cause we might have, how they reconnect.
Yes.
The problem is, we don't really know about Jake.
Yeah.
I think we're supposed to care about him in addition to because he's a take no guff bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
With those deep blue eyes, but because the president's daughter likes him or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But he is such a blank slate. Both of them are a single blank slate.
Yeah, I think you should have made Hiller, if you're going to have the cocky guy, maybe make Hiller someone who doesn't believe in himself. Like his
I was thinking
dad,
that.
right? If his dad is like the savior
He has
of the
to
world.
live up to that legend.
Exactly. And so it'd be fun to watch a person. They have the skill. They just need to find their confidence.
Yeah.
And then they would feel very different from one another. You don't have two cocky guys going against each other. That might have helped.
So maybe you don't make him a fighter pilot.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have that beat like when it comes down to it, he has to take on that role.
Mm-hmm.
And, he's got the trauma because of his father dying, right? Because I think, what does it say? Hiller, when does it say he died?
I think he died during a test flight.
Yeah, like not too long after the first film is my recollection.
Yeah.
So that means that he's carrying this trauma with him for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And so he doesn't want to fly.
Mm-hmm.
But then he's forced into that role.
Or maybe he did. So he has the ability, but then he stepped away from it because, like you said, like trauma.
Yeah.
So at least then at the end, when he has to step up, he knows what what the buttons do.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but right now he just feels like generic hero guy.
Yeah, it's odd,
Yeah.
I mean, definitely, like Hollywood was trying to make Liam Hemsworth happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was in one of the Expendables movies too.
Mm.
And I don't think it's really taken,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure, or maybe he's just not a leading man. Like maybe he'll do certain things well.
Because he's in Hunger Games, right?
The old ones or the new ones? I actually don't know.
Isn't he? I think he is.
I'm just saying this as someone who's not an expert on them.
I haven't seen them, but I feel fairly certain that he is. But my point is, he's not a leading man in those films.
Oh yeah, you're right. I mean, I believed you. I just didn't know. Gale Hawthorne.
There you go.
I'm sure
Brian.
a younger generation right now is like, idiot.
There's people listening to this throwing shit at their device,
and they're right. They're right to do it. And he replaced Cavill on The Witcher, I believe.
That's right. Man, I totally forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that we're about to have the aliens attack Cheyenne Mountain, and the whole line of succession gets wiped out. That really needed to be a bigger deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's weird to me, again, like, we know all the work that they did in the earlier film to build up the Whitmore president.
Mm-hmm.
So do the same thing with this,
Mm-hmm.
but the twist is that she dies.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, that's perfect. Like you said, we get familiar beats that feel good to us for this world, but then subvert them a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
See, this whole storyline with the salvage team,
Yeah, they're kind of forgettable.
totally forgettable. They have no bearing on the rest of the story.
I wasn't going to comment on it because I can't even remember, so I believe you.
Yeah, it has no impact. I don't believe. Yeah.
I was also thinking, if that ship or whatever you want to call it is drilling into the Earth, almost reaching the core,
Yeah.
doesn't that like forever change the stability of our planet?
Yeah. There's no coming back from that.
Right? Like, I mean, like tons of ocean like leaking now into the center of the Earth. Like,
Yeah. That feels big.
yeah.
I'm no expert, but
Well, to be fair, they wanted to make a sequel, so maybe they would have told us.
which, I mean, the ending of this movie is like a threat.
You know what's funny, by the way? I don't even know how, but I have this movie. So well, probably my friend from Fox, but I think he might have given me a Blu-ray or something. And so I just, whenever I get a code, I always download the code. So my Voodoo lockers, yours is like brilliant and curated and filled with amazing things, and mine is just random stuff I got over the years for free, And anyway, so I was watching it that way, and I saw there were bonus features, and there's a bunch of deleted scenes. Did you see them?
I did not. I saw that they existed, but by then I was quite done with this film.
I watched one, and I got about 20 seconds in, and I was like, I don't have to do this. Like, so I stopped. But one of them is has Fred Armisen in it.
Fascinating.
I was like, wow, he would have injected some fun energy into this movie.
I could see Fred Armisen as Dr. Oaken's son,
Yeah, sure.
It's like a mini-me version of Oaken.
Yeah. Ruken. I don't know. Something struck me, and it's striking me again, so I'm just going to bring it up. But when, what's his name? Spiner. Back. Well, anyway, he's got this
brackish Oaken. You put some respect on his name.
Yes, Oaken. I'm like, so why are we spending all this time on this saw that doesn't work just so we can go and go up a ladder and get another saw and then go back down and try it again, and then it does work? Why are we spending minutes on this?
I assume it's to show that this, Apple Pokeball that they're trying to slice through
is difficult to open.
Yeah, like human technology. Regular human technology doesn't do it.
Fair.
But yeah.
Back to you, Zachy.
I'm assuming those are more efficient ways of doing that.
Yeah. No, I guess I see it.
I think this part here, I mean, obviously the closest parallel with the earlier film is that first assault. That you have Will Smith and Harry Connick Jr., et cetera, that they lead against the ship. But, that sequence works partly because of kind of what we talked about, where there are ships, they're Earth ships. But also like the stakes are within scale. This feels like a third act sequence.
Yes.
That they've dropped into the middle of the movie, And when you think about it, in the earlier film, you have exactly this. You have the president and the cabinet members watching on a screen as like icons drop out, And yet that's so much more impactful.
Yeah.
And it's one of the, like, I'm watching this and I'm trying to just unravel it. Like, why isn't this landing?
What's funny, by the way? So look at all this melee happening across the screen. Just blah, 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 blah. It reminded me of that incredible shot in Return of the Jedi during the final battle where you see the ship and there's just chaos happening. And it's only one shot to make you go, holy crap. Like, this is a big deal. And also, how did they do that? in
Right.
1983. Like that, wow, look what they're capable of. But you can't have every shot look like that.
I think that might be it.
You know what I mean? Every shot here looks like that crazy, hard to follow shot. Like you do that in Jedi with one shot to help us understand how crazy
That's a
this
great
is. And then we focus on our heroes doing their thing. But here, just because they can, every shot looks like that. And then I don't know what to put my eyes on.
That's really, I think that's it. Yeah.
And also thinking of the first movie, we're endeared to Will Smith. And that score is amazing.
So I was going to bring that up. Yeah.
Yes. And then when it just becomes about him and this one ship, and it's cool. It's like, a fighter jet and a UFO basically going off and having this crazy dogfight with one another. It's rousing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm getting like energized thinking about this other movie right now.
Yeah.
know?
I mean, that we care enough. We have just enough emotional attachment to Harry Connick Jr.
Yes.
that, when he takes the mask off and he's like, put your mask back on. And then he explodes and we feel it.
Yep.
Right. And that means something. And again, this is where my boy Charlie, he got to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He had to get exploded. Sorry, Charlie.
Sorry, Charlie. Yeah, but no, I think they pushed it too far to the point where we lose focus of what we're supposed to focus on. I think we don't care about these characters enough. I just think the craft was better in the first one.
See, and again,
Score.
that's the David Arnold brought such an important identity to the first film that when you watch this film, you realize that the only times the score really comes to life is when they pipe in the OG music.
Mm-hmm.
So we hear a little bit of it here. Not in this part, but like later in the film, and then over the end credits. And I remember watching this in theater, being like, "Oh, that's what was missing."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Any of that,
yeah.
And I wonder, was David Arnold like, "Nope, sorry."
I saw that he mentioned on his own Twitter account he was not asked to score the sequel.
That is baffling to me. I think he dodged a bullet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but he missed a paycheck.
He missed a paycheck, but but at this point, he was doing the Bond film, so he's probably doing fine.
Yeah.
But that's weird to me because Stargate, Independence Day, and Godzilla, all three of those movies, David Arnold elevates every single one of those experiences substantially.
And those Bond scores are incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's just weird,
Yeah.
Like it's funny because he didn't score The Patriot,
right?
And you're like, well, why wouldn't you get David Arnold? It's like, oh well, John Williams, that's why.
Like, oh, copy that.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the only acceptable substitute for. If you got John Williams to do this, maybe I'm interested.
I'd like to watch that again.
The Patriot.
Yeah, I remember liking that movie. I haven't seen it in a while. I remember
fun.
it feels like Prestige meets Roland Emmerich.
Yes,
in a successful way.
Right.
A little elevated for a Roland Emmerich movie, but it still has the sniveling bad guy.
Stupid boy.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, yeah, I know.
Burn the church. Put the people in the church and burn it.
But you're like, ooh, that guy's got to pay.
He's gonna pay.
It works.
Yeah, it's fun. I was watching a few minutes of that, and my oldest was like, "Hey, we've never seen this." I'm like, "Maybe we will. Maybe we will, son.
Maybe we will. Maybe we will, boy. Maybe we will." Yeah,
that was peak Mel Gibson.
Oh, totally. Yeah,
right. It feels like there was sort of a rapid descent that followed shortly after.
Yep. Well, here we go.
So this sequence here again, I think the missed opportunity is you've got a great actress in Celia Ward, and this. So we're at roughly the halfway point here. The death of the president should really hit.
Yeah,
and it just doesn't for whatever reason.
I know. Yeah,
Patricia has a relationship with her clearly.
Mm-hmm.
We don't see her react.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Like just play it off of her face, you know. When the people come in to administer the oath to Fichtner, and then we just see her face, and maybe we just see a tear rolling down her cheek, something, you know,
something. Yep. You know what's interesting is they do have books that came out after the first movie. So there have been sequels written. I don't know what they're about. I didn't really dig into it.
I didn't know that.
I thought that was kind of fascinating. And I wonder what those stories were.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were sequel novels to Stargate before the television show started that I did read.
Mm-hmm.
And those were fascinating because, especially like in light of the TV show, you see, because my sense is that they were based on Emmerich and Devlin's ideas for what they would have done with Stargate.
Oh, interesting.
So it went in a vastly different direction, you know?
Yeah.
So I would assume Independence Day is something similar, you know?
It's kind of cool. I mean, especially if you're a fan. By the way, so the Fichtner swearing in thing, yeah, like we didn't even get like a close up of like him hearing the news that the president has passed away. You know, it'd be kind of interesting. I don't know her name. I think it's Elizabeth. If, it's like, well, the president is dead now. And just seeing him go like, Elizabeth, like she's a person.
Yeah.
Like, and then it's like, now it's you, and him is standing straighter and like, okay, well, I got to do what I got to do. Like just something to bring some humanity into it. Yeah. But we don't really get a reaction from him. He puts his hand on the Bible and then we're out. We cut to something else. It's like, no, let's live in this here.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think part of it, I mean, Fichtner's such a good actor.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and it helps that he carries a certain gravitas, you know? Like, I think it's interesting, like in The Dark Knight, that could have been anybody.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of interesting when you think he's going to be a bigger character.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think it's just this, he's going to bring, like, you're going to remember him, you know? So that is frustrating that, we don't do something more interesting with him and have Whitmore be there as kind of a mentor figure. Instead of like this right here, this is supposed to be the equivalent of the "We will not go quietly" speech.
Yeah.
Man, does this suck?
It does. Not just for us as an audience, but I do wonder if you were there in that room, if you'd be like, oh, he's like doing the thing. And it's like, I don't know if this is meeting the moment. Like, this is kind of uncomfortable.
It feels like in Rise of Skywalker, where remember when Lando gives Poe like the inspirational speech?
Oh, yes.
Right. And like, I feel like, I mean, that's not like rah in the same, but I feel like that hits certain beats that make it work. And this could have been at least at that level, but it's like the wrong time in the movie. It feels like,
yeah.
Right.
But it didn't have to be, because we did just lose the president. Like, this could be that really low moment. And we're seeing everybody like, all is lost. Like, what hope do we have?
So you give that angst to William Fichtner.
Yeah.
And then you have Whitmore come in.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And be the Lando.
Yep. You fixed it. You're very good at this.
I have to say, whenever I was not expecting to revisit this 10 years later and be like, holy shit, what a hidden gem I missed. I
same
figured my opinion would stay the same, but I was like, I feel like we'll have an interesting discussion.
Same. And I don't regret rewatching it. It is fascinating. I think sometimes this is some of the most interesting things we can do. I don't know if it is to anybody else, but for me and you, like, it's kind of cool to watch this and go, wait, why is this not working? Let's think about it. Let's spitball. What could we tweak that's already here? How could we tweak this and get it on track? That's always kind of a fun exercise with you.
Yeah. Well, what we're seeing right there with that again, that Apple Pokeball, this other race is involved, right?
Yes.
And to me, this is probably the single most interesting part of the story, is that other races that these friggin' assholes have conquered
Mm-hmm.
have sought us out because they're like, we're the only ones who've defeated them.
Mm-hmm.
Help us.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But I think you need to give us a window into that, you know,
Yeah.
like show us, even if it's like on a screen, like in that thing, it's showing images of all these other worlds that have been raised
Mm-hmm.
by these aliens, right?
Yeah.
But the problem is, forget these like quote unquote good guy aliens. We don't get any insight into them. We don't get any additional insight into the bad guy aliens
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah. They're just, creatures in shadow.
Yeah,
Firing at us.
right. Like I think that's your missed opportunity, right? Because like the film the this one starts with, you know, the alien queen or whatever, you know, comes across the first film on TBS or something, gets pissed off.
That's actually what happens. Yeah.
That's right.
It's like
channel surfing, and there's Pullman's speech, and they get all mad. you know?
Yeah, it's like being beamed through space or something, right? And they,
Right.
yeah.
Which I mean, literally, because it's like the exact footage from the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How did they get that footage?
I know.
You know, that's funny because that's in Godzilla, the Emmerich and Devlin Godzilla. If you remember, it's a plot point about how there's like the footage of the old Japanese man. Do you remember this? He's like Gojira.
Yeah, I do remember the man, but
Yeah, and it's like that footage. Like it's like the characters in the movie have the rushes from the movie.
you're right.
Because it's the exact same angle. It's like what we saw in the movie. you
Right.
know?
Right.
So it's something similar here, you know. But based on what we see in the original film, the sense is like they don't think of us as as intelligent species. We're just insects to be eradicated, right? So what would make them want revenge? Right? Like
Yeah.
there's something interesting there, right? This is the first time they've had somebody defeat them, and now they realize there's more to us than, you know what I mean? Like, because their plan is different in this one. Oh, they're doing the drilling into the you know, the core or whatever. Well, they didn't do that before.
Right. And it's like for an energy source, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So what's different? Like, get into that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's hard to reconcile why it took them 20 years to retaliate, but maybe it doesn't have to be 20 years.
That's a good point, actually. It didn't need to be 20 years.
I do like that, though. Yeah. If this is their first defeat, well, maybe not. I guess it's this other species that defeated them once, but, so they need help because they know how to defeat them, but they're being sort of pummeled for it, I guess.
Yeah.
And so maybe, they're going to retaliate against us, and they can say, like, that's what they do. You hold them off. That's great. But they come back, and they come back harder.
Yeah. See, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And it's like we got cocky
Mm-hmm.
because we're like, hey, we kicked their asses, and it's been 20 years. They haven't come back, and we just weren't ready.
Yeah. Now we have flying cars, and everything's cool.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I do love what Emmerich does really well is he makes his movies worldwide stories.
Mm-hmm.
And like you were saying earlier with the warlord character, I do like that his experience, you know, the world's a big place. He had a different experience over there with these aliens because that ship actually touched down.
Yeah.
Right. So he's got a different skill set than the people in Washington, D.C. versus someone over in France or, you know.
Right.
And
right.
so I do like him being incorporated here because he's got a skill set and just, you know, the ragtag group of people that would otherwise never be together. That is a fun thing. I don't know it's used to its fullest potential, but it is fun.
I mean, well, I said before, I mean, that would have been an interesting movie to see.
Mm-hmm.
You know, see, and I wonder about that too, right? Did they just wait too long? I mean, we were talking about this before. Is it simply like, you know, you should have come back 10 years later with a sequel and kind of prime the pump a little bit, make this a living, breathing franchise as opposed to a thing 20 years later after people stopped caring?
You know, it's interesting. I saw that I guess Fox paid Dean Devlin a lot of money to write a script for a sequel. and he did finish one, but he didn't feel good about it, and he gave the money back. So
good for him.
Actually, that's pretty honorable.
I respect that.
And but then, yes, I guess about 15 years later, he's like, wait, I think I might have cracked this. Talked to Emmerich, but time had moved on a little bit. Will Smith had a busy schedule.
Yeah.
And even Emmerich has said that, not having Smith, we probably shouldn't have done it.
Shouldn't have done it.
He's like, we had a much better script. And then once he was out, we cobbled together something really quickly, and that's just not the way to make a movie.
Yeah, I was reading about how, there's like 5 credited, writers on this. So you already know it's kind of a Frankenstein monster of a thing. But they had James Vanderbilt, who did White House Down.
Okay.
Essentially take the script they had and basically remove Will Smith from it.
Mm-hmm.
And so you do wonder, well, what did it look like when Stephen Hiller was a character?
Wow, you just unlocked something in my brain. I feel like the version of the script I read had Will Smith's son in it still, but they were like held captive somewhere in like a big football stadium. Like that had been turned into a prison camp.
Interesting. The son is.
Yeah. Well, that was just, I'm like having a vision, like something that I haven't thought about in 10 years or something. But yeah, I just remember that visual in my mind. So I'm sure there were a lot of versions of this.
That's interesting. Yeah.
I did try to find if there was a script online with the Will Smith Hiller character in it, but I couldn't find one. Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's clear like there's business that the fighter pilot portion of the story would clearly have involved him in some way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
But I just I wonder what the relationship is between him and the son. Do you have them estranged? Maybe like it's this it's Jake and Dylan in this movie, but maybe it's Hiller Senior and the younger one.
Yeah, who feels like he can't live up, or he's living
kind
in the shadow of
Maverick and Rooster.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, well, she's a pilot. There's a lot of our characters are pilots here. A lot of these people could do this.
Yeah. See, so this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I was gonna say I want you to talk me through this.
So the idea here is somebody has to go in there, but it's certain death. And he's like, well, then I'm going to do it. And I'm like, I think that's a mistake because we're just waiting for him to die then.
Oh, so, I see. Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like if it's, let me put it this way. If he's doing the noble sacrifice knowingly, then you don't have him die.
Mm-hmm.
But if he's going to succeed sacrificing himself, you don't telegraph it.
Yes, because then all the tension is gone and all the emotion is gone because that's what he signed up to do. And then he does it and then it's over.
Right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So to me, that's so number one, that earlier scene with when he goes into the chamber, you don't have that be a suicidal situation.
Mm-hmm.
You have it like they think he's in danger, but he's actually in full control.
Yeah.
He's like, tell me. And then he, and then he has this moment. He's like looking into its eyes and then the door opens. He's like, this is their plan.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I love that.
Yeah. So that's that. And then here again, either you have him say, all right, I'm going to sacrifice myself. And then at the last minute, it's not. Or again, if you I'm fine either way, as far as whether Whitmore lives or dies. My only thing is, how does it happen?
Mm-hmm. For maximum impact.
For what's the most emotional impact?
Yep.
Yeah. Because again, say what you will, I think Han Solo's death hits on an emotional level.
Definitely.
And it's like, well, why? What makes that work? Let's reverse engineer that. And I think that's, it's because it's like at that moment, again, he's not like going into it like, all right, this is my suicide mission. It's when he steps onto the catwalk, you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
I know what's about to happen, right?
Yeah, and yet you're still, leaning forward and listening, hanging on every word between them and hoping it won't happen. It still makes you believe maybe it might not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So on top of all of that, with Whitmore, the heroic sacrifice ends up being meaningless.
He's like, I'm gonna die in 45 minutes. See you there. It's basically what you're saying, right?
Yeah, really. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Live stream, check it out.
Right.
And he doesn't accomplish anything. So
Yeah.
it's friggin' bullshit. Ugh. This is weird, right? Because I watching this, I was literally like, was there a writer's strike or something? Like,
Right.
Because sometimes you can write off some of these decisions,
Right.
because it's just pencils down, right? Because I think that's what happened with Terminator Salvation, right?
Yeah, that feels right. The timing
Right?
there, yeah.
It's like, I don't think there was a writer's strike. No, it was just shitty story construction.
And also maybe just like, out of this thing's in motion, it's going to happen. At this point, maybe they put a lot of money into pre-production and all that sort of thing. And it's like, no, we're going to put this out on this date, figure out what it is, versus ever feeling good about what they had.
Yeah. And clearly they didn't feel good about what they had because
they're open about it.
It went into production. They assumed the name, the name of the film would get people in theaters.
Yeah.
So they wildly overestimated how much demand there was.
Yeah.
Without, again, a big star really out there selling it. And you realize, the marketing environment for selling movies has obviously changed a lot, but certainly now in 10 years after the movie came out, when you watch YouTube, there's a movie coming out and you see all like the YouTube shows that stars show up on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Hot Ones or looking back at their career, whatever. And you realize like how important that visibility is.
Yeah.
And so who in this movie had the kind of sort of algorithmic reach to break through?
Yeah.
Other than Will Smith.
Yeah. Or I mean, maybe they were hoping this would be their moment, but it's just, I don't know. None of these characters even have strong enough a moment in this movie to, walk away remembering what they do.
I mean, I said this previously, but this is a year out from from Force Awakens, and I'm like, imagine Force Awakens, but you don't like Rey, Poe, or Finn,
right,
or Kylo Ren.
I mean, that's the thing. I was thinking that actually right now, and this is I kept thinking of Starship Troopers for some reason when I was watching this. Like, at least that gang has an understandable, chummy vibe. Yeah. So that when they experience highs and lows and losses, as goofy as that movie is,
right,
you're tracking with it and you feel it to some degree. But here we should be feeling great for this gang. Like our gang is together and they're in this crazy, scary space and they have to do this thing. They have to pull this off to save the world. But like, I don't feel anything for these people.
Yeah.
Or their friendships. That's, I don't know.
Well,
I feel like I'm repeating myself with that, but you know what I mean, right?
No, I understand what you're saying, and I think the problem is that Dylan should really be our in to these other characters. So you make Dylan so probably you don't cast Jesse Usher, or you have a better script. So that's like step one, right? But you make Dylan likable, and then we meet the other characters through him.
Yeah. Oh, the great Dylan Hiller. Like, we're all aware of your dad, kind of a thing. He's working against something, but then he proves himself, and they have this undeniable bond and friendship, and then they go into hell together and come out, and it feels so satisfying.
And I think it's a mistake to have this sort of this not rivalry is the wrong word, but like him and Jake like don't get along, and then they work through it, because I think it's more interesting if they're buddies, and we get to see how they're one kind of has this gear, the other has this gear, and the Charlie character is totally unessential, don't need him at all. We focus on these two. Like
Yeah.
it's I'm like, you realize, like, it's like, oh, the Angela Baby character, we need her because, you know, China. And
But we need her
well,
to
then
be.
I guess we need this Charlie character because otherwise she's just there. She's not
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. No, I know. It's funny though, because I feel like that Charlie character in this version, we do need him because otherwise there's nothing interesting happening with any of those people.
I agree.
At least he has a twinge of personality.
Yeah, and that personality would have mattered when he died. Oops.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Patty. I have to go die now. See you later.
He should have just kept saying it just to continually take away the impact for the rest of the movie. Well,
Just dying to save the planet. Literally. No, seriously. I'm about to.
oh, look, there's a Snickers bar in here. My last Snickers bar.
My
Yeah. Yeah, this is so random. Judd Hirsch. So I'm like, his whole thing is I got to get to my boy. Why?
Yep.
And there's no point in anything. He's just, it almost makes him look stupid because now he's going to screw up the whole plan just by arriving when he had no reason to need to arrive, or he's not holding some secret that's going to help. Or like, you're wrong. Your calculations are wrong. Like usually that would be what this person would be doing. And they've got to get there.
Definitely that. But all you needed was one scene earlier in the film where Julius and David talk to each other. And David says, you got to get here or don't try to come here. Right?
Yeah.
Either one of those.
Yep.
Because they don't actually speak until 5 minutes from now.
And it's basically like, what are you doing here? You're like messing everything up.
Exactly. Right. So it's either you need to get here and Julius is like, okay, I got to get there no matter what. Or again, stay away from here. And Julius is like, no, I have this vital information I need to tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
Either one of those.
Totally. Yeah. Otherwise it just makes him look foolish.
Yeah. It feels like they signed Judd Hirsch and then they were like, oh shit. Oh shit. Like they got the draft turned in and it's like, well, wait, like Judd Hirsch gets the pages. He's like, fellas, just I noticed something here. I don't want to ruffle any feathers, but I notice a lack of me.
I don't want to ruffle any feathers. I like that you got a Judd Hirsch. This is the moment, Zachy. This is the moment. Use it as much as you can, because in 20 minutes, I don't know how often you're going to be able to pull that one out.
my Judd Hirsch impression.
But look at all this terrible lighting on everybody.
Yeah, because it's clearly on a soundstage.
Yeah.
They might as well have shot this in the volume.
Yes. Yeah, and it just...
Guys, just go to the desert. To set some cameras up. What are you doing?
I know. It's baffling. See, some of this, I'm confused. Some of it does look like it's outside. This does not at all.
No. This was the moment where I was like, is this shot during COVID? That was,
Not these guys again. But I like this plan. You know, when this plan was being set up and they're like, okay, we'll have the decoy and then we'll put the bomb in this thing and we'll put the shields around it. I was like, I love like a really clear plan.
Yeah.
And sometimes movies just feel like they have to overcomplicate things. And I was like, this is good. I like this.
Yeah. I think the broad strokes of the plan work.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, okay. So this here, sorry.
Last talk with my daughter.
See, again, right? Like, no, you have them together and then he makes a last second thing to sacrifice himself to save his daughter.
Yes. And they're racing together and maybe he dings her wing or something.
Exactly.
Forcing her to have to eject so he can go forward.
See, again, you give him the Russell Case, Randy Quaid sacrifice.
Mm-hmm. Which is really still, all these years later, really impactful, and his kids hearing him over the radio.
I'm telling you, when he processes what he's about to do, and then he says, "I want you to tell my children I love them very much." It's great,
Totally.
right? And so you give, and it's appropriate because Russell K sacrifices himself for the president, and so now you give that moment, to the president in this one.
Yep. And it'd be, surprising and emotional. We love this character. We're already attached to him because of 2 movies.
Like literally you have, and his final moment, he says something like never stop flying or something like that.
Yeah. Aw. That would have been really sweet.
Right?
Yeah.
Like even, on behalf of the people of Earth, happy 4th of July. I think that all works, but it only works if it actually works. And so the fact that he blew himself up, it's like the guy in Kong Skull Island, remember?
Yes, I do remember
Shea
that.
Wiggum character. He gives himself the heroic sacrifice and it doesn't amount to shit.
Yeah, he gets like flicked away, then blown up.
Which, it's so funny because people take that clip out of context and they're like, what a stupid idiot. And I'm like, well, I think it was meant like the film was critiquing the whole idea of the heroic sacrifice. Like in the context of the film, it works. It's just, but if you're doing a friggin' TikTok thing, then
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, this is totally going to be like a little dated already, but I got to ask you this when you brought up TikTok. Have you seen the trailer for the movie Hexed, that new Disney animated movie?
No, I have not.
So I've seen online where people are pointing out that almost every shot in that trailer, the character is dead center in the middle of the screen, which they're like, wow, that's unusual framing. And now they're wondering if it was done intentionally so it'd be easy to dice it up into TikTok clips.
Fascinating.
Isn't that interesting? I wonder.
I love these conspiracies.
I know.
It's like this conspiracy I just found out about recently where the reason Disney called the movie Frozen was so that if you Googled Disney Frozen, the first thing that came up wouldn't be about Walt Disney's frozen head.
Right. Right.
Which is just bonkers enough to maybe be true.
I was going to say, even with the TikTok Hex thing, I'm
here
like,
comes the Susan Sarandon character, by the way.
Okay, wait. Let's look at this. There's like an overhead sort of helicopter looking shot of it. And I was like, you know what? It looks good with I think maybe because that looks cool.
That's a cool shot. And I think I don't mind it in isolation, but it feels tonally dissonant that suddenly we're in like a kaiju movie.
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree.
That's on the list of critiques. That's a very small one, just to be clear.
Well, I think, you know what? I'm realizing why I'm reacting so strongly to it is because of what we said right from the very beginning of this commentary, which is nothing in this movie feels grounded. Right down to these people existing in the desert. Even that doesn't feel like that's real.
Right.
Because it feels like they're inside a stage with like a fake light simulating the sun and it looks phony. However, that shot, because it's probably not real, it was made in a computer, but it looks like it's in an actual earthbound environment.
Yeah.
And that's exciting to me.
Yeah. See, I think that, it's a little bit like, remember the Predator movie, the Shane Black one?
I remember parts of it.
Yeah, admittedly, I'm kind of with you, but there's like a supersized predator in that. Like most predators are like a tall dude.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, like 7 foot or something.
Yeah, it's like a 20-foot tall predator.
Wow, you know what? I don't remember that.
Yeah, and I don't blame you, but I remember watching that and being like, that doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit with what we know of this universe. Right?
Yeah.
So I think I have a similar reaction to this, where I'm
okay.
Like,
I'll you know what? You just made me understand your position. I totally get it. I mean, I still like the way it looks, but at this point, I'm like, at least I'm enjoying the way something looks in here. So
yeah,
but I get it. It doesn't.
Well, I think the design of the creatures, just to kind of echo what you're saying, I think Patrick Tatopoulos made a really interesting creature in that original film.
Totally agree.
And it stands out. And we haven't seen a lot of in the years since, it's not like a Cloverfield thing where a whole bunch of things look just like it.
Mm-hmm.
The Independence Day aliens do, they're kind of in their own lane.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They're like a nice hybrid of a humanoid / the Greys kind of thing.
Yeah, it's all the Greys and the xenomorphs.
Yep.
You put them in a blender and you get something kind of interesting,
Yep. I like it. I like it. Wait, so do they end up shooting it in the back because the warlord character keeps talking about, gotta get him from the back?
Yeah, exactly.
And
because it's like a armor.
Yeah. Oh, is that how he gets through? I couldn't remember.
Yeah, yeah, because the alien, the warlord is like, you have to get him from the back.
Mm-hmm.
See, this sequence here is really where a killer score would have helped a lot.
Man, yeah,
totally.
Well, and your sacrifice thing with the president. I mean, if we were carrying that in our hearts right now,
it's just real. That's frustrating. I mean, the most emotional death in this film is coming up here with Oaken's husband.
I was going to say that I'd kind of forgot about this character.
Yeah, but
watching them say goodbye to each other, I was like, oh wow, like that really hit. Nice. It's well written. It's well acted. I really felt something.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm like Brent Spiner gets the most range to play in this film.
Yeah.
I saw somebody online had cut together a montage of Liam Hemsworth yelling in this movie.
Oh, really?
And I was like, oh, he does that. He does do that a lot.
I didn't even pick up on that.
Yeah, it was. Oh shoot, where did I see that? I can't remember now.
Yeah, it's like no matter where these people are standing in the desert, there's always a shadow on their face. Even when they're facing one another, it's like, that's not how light works.
That's such a good point, right? Like just when you drop something fantastical into an environment that we read as real, it makes such a difference in how we process it.
Totally.
Because even if we're talking about like a desert, right? Like at the end of the original film, when Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum's characters, they crash in the desert. It looks like a real desert.
Yep.
See, so this guy, it's his arc, not the warlord, the nerd, Screech.
Yeah, Screech.
It's such a like tropey arc, Yeah, this right here, right? It's sad.
Yeah. Well, and because they spent some real time on it.
Well, the fact that we established that the whole time Brent Spiner was in a coma, he was looking after him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which is, and it doesn't even take up that much time.
Right.
But they just didn't take the care with these other guys for some reason.
Yeah. Kind of what you said before, right? Like, give us 15 additional minutes of character development and see how much it makes the other 2 hours go down easier.
Oh, totally. You won't feel it if it's worth it.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. That is such a good line. The where he gave him that scarf. And he's like, I've got something I got to tell you. This was supposed to be a sweater. What a beautiful, sad, funny last line.
That's great. Yeah.
The writer should have saved that for another movie.
I don't doubt that was James Vanderbilt who wrote that line. I mean, he's a good writer.
Yeah.
I interviewed him. Gosh, when must have been like 2014. I can't remember. It was for the movie Truth.
Wait, remind me.
That's that's about 60 Minutes, and they did it. It's Cate Blanchett and Robert Redford. Robert Redford plays Dan Rather.
Man, that's like on the tip of my brain, but okay.
Yeah, it's about how 60 Minutes thought they had proof that George W. Bush had lied about his National Guard service.
Okay.
And the subsequent, what ends up happening, it resulted in Dan Rather having to leave CBS.
Okay.
feels like such a quaint journalistic expose story given all the fucking bullshit that's going on right now.
Yeah.
But I interviewed him about that film because he wrote and directed it.
Oh, okay.
So that would have been before this, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like actually I don't want to say the wrong thing. Let me look that up.
By the way, credit where credit's due. When we see this swarm of ships around the Queen, looks pretty good.
I agree.
Unlike the confusing, disorienting melee earlier, this is a lot of stuff happening, but I can make sense of all of it, and it makes sense story-wise, and I think it looks really good.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a broad sense of what we're trying to accomplish, which I think helps. So Truth, I should say, it came out 2015. So
okay.
Just the year before this. I remember when I talked to him, I was a big fan of White House Down, and that was a movie that underperformed, but I was like a champion of that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've told you this. There's one line in there that always cracks me up. It's where the terrorists, it's like James Wood is their leader, and Jason Clarke is like the grunt, you know?
Okay.
And so they're trying to capture the president, who's played by Jamie Foxx. He got away. And so Jason Clarke is getting all mad, like, oh, he got away. And James Wood's like, just relax. Here, we'll find him. Here, you want some cake? And Jason Clarke goes, no, I don't want cake. I have diabetes.
I remember that. Yeah.
And I was in the theater and I was like, I just thought it was so funny. So I told him that, and he was just delighted by that.
I should rewatch that. I saw it when it came out, and I remember enjoying it, but I don't remember a thing about it.
I mean, it's just like it knows what it is, and it's good at being what it is, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Because it was one of two White House Die Hard movies, you know?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's right. The one with Gerard Butler.
Yeah, and Olympus Has Fallen, I thought was like trying to play, that's the one where they're beating up, what's her name, Melissa Leo, and she's like, God bless America. So, I'm like, oh my God, stop. This is too, you can't do earnest here,
Yeah. And I remember it was like, the type of movie where they take like a big dagger and stick it in the top of their skull. And I was like, oh, good God. All right. That's what this is.
That's what this is.
Right. Yeah.
See, I was thinking about how, in the original film, right, we get Russell Case does his big sacrifice play, the mothership explodes, right? But the true ending is just, Stephen Hiller and David Levinson are on the ship in space. And it's, and then it's about whether they get out,
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, you follow a big explodey thing with there is another big explodey thing, but it's just the two characters, and then they decide, okay, we're gonna sacrifice ourselves, right? And then it's whether they escape or not. And I think that structurally that works better because we're more invested in those two characters, right?
Yeah.
I think fundamentally here, it's like, again, we're back with this salvage crew.
Yeah, they don't do anything.
Like, what's the point of them? It's so weird.
You're totally right. Wow.
Right. So the third act really just kind of falls in on itself because it's very clear they did not know how to end the movie.
Right.
Because of the way, Brent Spiner comes running up and he's like, oh, by the way, like,
yeah, right. Yeah. We're going to war in another galaxy. Yay.
It's like the end of Rise of Skywalker, right? Like, why does that not really hit? Because it's just, we've seen it before. Oh, look, the Emperor is dead again. Oh, look, people are celebrating all over the galaxy.
Yep.
Well, we've seen that.
We've seen that. Yep.
Right. And so it's like a lesser version of the thing that we already saw.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at the light on them. It's so wonky.
Yeah. It's very obviously.
She's not outside. But I really wish I cared about this trio.
I think that if Stephen Hiller is in fact dead, then there has to be something in this third act that has Dylan something redemptive with regards to his dad. Like, I hope you're proud of me, Dad. Something, right?
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. Some issue they had or something.
It would have been very easy to do. The other thing I was thinking about, I'm like, why make it so final that he is dead?
I was wondering, like, what if, maybe he wasn't. Maybe they thought he had crashed, but maybe he was taken. And then they discover he's been held captive all these years or something. And then they release him. And now he's kind of kooky, right? Because they've been in his head.
Yeah. Or like, let's say, okay, it's for sure Will Smith is not in this movie. Then you say, 15 years ago, Stephen Hiller led a mission into space and he was never heard from again.
Yep, exactly. That would have been, if they really thought they were making a third one.
Right?
Yeah. Don't box yourself into the corner saying.
Right. It's odd.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm being quiet because I'm like, I don't even remember this. I was like, wait, what's happening here?
And you just saw it like 2 days ago?
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
I have to admit, I do like this one moment where the warlord's like, you have the heart of a warrior.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so weirdly earnest for that relationship,
It's the exact kind of thing Emmerich does in a bunch of other movies, maybe just a little better. But like it is satisfying seeing these two opposites share a moment during victory.
What's funny, like we don't really get insight into the warlord, and it's like, well, does he have like child soldiers? Like, what kind of warlord is he?
I know.
Like, do you want his compliment? Maybe you don't.
I remember thinking those sorts of things when it first came out, and then I did notice a line at the beginning where it was sort of like, well, that was my dad or something. So I think
it's like ADR.
Right. I'm probably even remembering it wrong, but I think they did something like that. We're like, he was like this, but I am me.
I don't believe in child soldiers.
Yeah.
18 plus only.
Yeah, right.
In my army.
This ball. I wish the ball had like more personality. Like, oh, hey, what's up?
Yeah,
like it should be voiced by Kristen Wiig.
I was thinking Orko voice, so I guess we were kind of in the same.
Actually, I like Orko. Yeah. Are we ready to go?
Yeah, exactly.
Just give us a minute.
What a weird way to end the movie. We're gonna kick some serious alien ass,
and thinking that we're gonna be like, yes, give it to me now.
I remember the movie ending and saying to myself, F you.
Yeah, right.
As soon as the credits came up.
Yeah.
Because I was like, how effing dare you?
Wait, specifically for people who aren't watching along, what do you mean?
Well, just the ending is this insulting sequel tease. And about 20 minutes into this, there will never be a sequel to this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's not only, it's not even just the fact that it's teasing a sequel that's never going to happen. I'm like, it has a sequel tease in lieu of an ending that's emotionally satisfying.
Totally.
You're right. Like the first film ends and Will Smith's like, I promise you fireworks? Boom. Perfect. Final line.
Perfect.
Right. And then, the music comes up. So that's what it was. It was, we're going to kick some alien ass. And then final insult, David Arnold's theme comes up.
Right.
And I'm like, you rat bastard sons of bitches.
Yeah. Well, it's also kind of like, let us have some catharsis from this. We've apparently cared about what happened for the past 2 hours, and now it's just been solved. But it's immediately like, no, the real battle's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay. Yeah. You don't even give us a moment to savor what they've just been through.
Yeah.
Like you said, and they interrupt that for a sequel we know won't happen.
Yeah.
Independence Day, Resurgence.
Ugh. Yeah, well, it was going to be ID Forever.
Okay.
Part 1 and Part 2.
Yeah.
Which that's bad regardless. Resurgence too, that feels very focus grouped,
Sure.
But no, just looking at the credit list, I'm fascinated by the fact that Liam Hemsworth is top billed.
Wow.
Right? Because I'm just like, well, I'm wondering, did his agent like do some negotiation foo?
That's funny. Yeah. No, I like that expression. Or they're like, we got another Hemsworth. We got another. Let's, we found another gold nugget in a cave, and we are going to capitalize on this guy. We are like going to get him to a contract for Fox, and Marvel can have that one. We got this one, and I wonder if it was something like that.
Well, it's weird because even watching the film, he doesn't feel like the lead to me.
No, yeah, that's a good point.
He's a lead, we get it, but he doesn't feel like the main character, and again, we're just saying the same thing, but I mean, that's something that Will Smith was able to just sort of, thanks to his personality, really make himself the first among equals.
Yeah, and even at one point, obviously this is a different experience at watching it with the sound off with you, but with Jeff Goldblum, when he was in the bus at the end, I was kind of like, oh yeah, Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum, who you have to give credit, he knows the assignment. He knows what people are turning up for.
Totally.
He knows why he's making them that sweet Independence Day 2 money.
Yeah, and I love him, but I do feel like he works best when he's bouncing off of someone.
I think so.
Yeah,
and I think that's where you weave in William Fichtner a little bit more, or somebody, to kind of have that push and pull,
Yeah, that's what's so satisfying in the first one is he is very smart, but he's kind of at odds with most people. They don't either want him there or they don't trust him or who is this guy, but he knows he's right and he's got to be there, and it's a good thing he is.
See, I think what they needed to bring back Harvey Fierstein.
Yeah, well, I don't think he made it.
Well, we didn't think Brent Spiner made it.
Touche.
Harvey, he's a cyborg in this one. I don't know.
Yeah, actually, I would love it if he was like now married to his lawyer, just to bring that back. Call this person, call whatever. Like, forget my lawyer, and it's just like, turns out I'm in love with my lawyer. Like, I would just like, just for me, that would tickle me.
Wow. Okay. So, hey, we have now watched Independence Day Resurgence for the third and, dare I say, final time.
I think so. I
think we can put this one in the lockbox,
right,
for eternity.
Oh man,
I wonder. Do you think this will be the final time anyone, or I don't know if anyone else has up to this moment, but anyone will record a commentary track for Independence Day Resurgence? Is this our stick pin in history?
If we could see all the facts of the world in some amazing book that collects this sort of like detail, it's like, well, actually, believe it or not, the last time anyone recorded commentary on Independence Day 2 was Zaki Hassan and Brian Hall in the year 2026. Maybe.
It's like that old saying, one day somebody recorded the final commentary track for Independence Day Resurgence, and we didn't even know
We didn't even know. Exactly. Yeah.
We might be in that moment right now.
I wonder.
Well, hey, so final thoughts?
What is funny? When the movie ended the other night, when I was actually watching it, I did think, look, this isn't very good. It just didn't work. Normally he's so good, even though his movies are very popcorn and kind of corny and feature very obvious tropes, they still kind of work like in a base sort of way, the way that you connect with people and just want to see a ragtag group of people save the day. He's just really good at that. And somehow he wasn't able to harness that for this movie in a way that worked for me. And at the same time, it still feels like it was made by someone who's capable. Sometimes you watch a movie like this and you're like, wow, this person doesn't know where to put the camera. This editing is weird. Why were they directed to do that? Like there's like capable skill, I think, on display, but the script doesn't work. The characters aren't interesting. All that stuff's not working, but still the action set pieces feel, they have some skill to them.
Yeah.
And you can see that this is someone who does know what they're doing, but this was just not their day. Does that make sense?
Well, it absolutely does. Although the only addendum I would offer is that in the decade since, he has only directed 2 additional films.
That is a great point.
Neither of which were his day also.
And I guess it happens, right? I mean, even look at someone like Francis Ford Coppola.
That's right.
You know what I mean? You get Apocalypse Now, and then you get Jack. It's strange how that happens. But yeah, I remember it was at Moonfall.
Yep. That was a COVID movie, and you could tell,
That was a movie where I think I DVR'd that one night because I thought, wow, Roland Emmerich movie I've never seen. Kind of curious. And I turned it off 20 minutes in. Isn't that sad?
Yeah, I saw it in the theater. and is pretty rough.
Really?
Yeah, I had a very similar reaction where, you know, it was very obvious that they were working under pandemic conditions, and so you're kind of like you give them an A for effort kind of thing, you know. This was not that.
Yeah. So
shame.
Yeah, your wrap up thoughts.
I think that you know what I said 10 years ago is I didn't hate this movie. I just didn't have any feelings about it at all, you know, because hate implies more effort than even the filmmakers put in, it feels like. Right. And, you know, it's not even like, oh, it ruined the first one retrospectively for me, because this sequel is so entirely forgettable that it's like I'm happy to revisit the first film whenever, you know, it's Independence Day weekend. I'll probably watch it. But I'm also happy to just put this one back in the drawer and never watch it again.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't even feel related to it, frankly.
No.
I mean, you hit it right on the head right off the bat, which is the first one has a groundedness and a humanity and a real sort of put yourself in the situation kind of fun to it that this one just simply doesn't have. So it's like you can't even mistake them, you know, for one another. And yeah, we'll keep going back to the first one, and this one will drift off into the memory hole.
Bye-bye. But hey, let us know your thoughts on Independence Day Resurgence. I actually very curious.
Me too.
You can email us at moviefilmpodcast@gmail.com. You can also hit like on our Facebook page, facebook.com/moviefilmpodcast, and message us there. If you're listening to this podcast on YouTube, please hit like, hit subscribe, and also leave comments there, because we do read those on the show. We also have a Patreon page, Brian.
Yes, if you head over to patreon.com/moviefilmpodcast and hit subscribe for only $5 a month, you'll find every commentary we've ever done and every episode moving forward absolutely ad-free. In addition to that, you will find bonus conversations we drop about twice a month over there, which is just extra stuff that we just didn't have the space to fit into the show. Things we wanted to talk about, but we can't have our show be 3 hours long. So we drop those extra fun conversations over there. Our free feed will always be available, but this is our way of providing what we believe is the most satisfying way to enjoy the show. So no ads or interruptions butting in, which can be especially annoying when you're trying to follow along with the commentary. Plus, your subscription goes a long way in helping to support us and helping to sustain producing the show. So if you're interested in Able, please head over to patreon.com/moviefilmpodcast and subscribe. We'd be very grateful.
And with that, on behalf of my partner, Brian Hall, my name is Zaki Hassan. This has been our movie film commentary track for Independence Day Resurgence. We will catch you next time. Thanks, everybody.